There's lots of reasons to use a double or even a triple needle. I'm going to show you how you thread up for a double needle and how you set the machine so it doesn't overstep the boundaries and break one of the needles on the foot. So I have here a 2.5 double needle. So you find that double needles are used with pin tucks, with the hem if you want to stimulate that double row of stitching you see on a lot of stretchy garments. We're going to go ahead and put that needle in. And before I start to thread, the first thing I like to do is tell the machine that I'm doing this because it will save me. Go to I for information, touch the security area, the triangle with the red border, go into needle, and then we can go in and set it for a 2.5 double needle. Notice in there's other sizes. There is also a 6.0, that's a really big one. And then you also, if you arrow down, you have a triple needle, wing needle, double wing needle, and that should be the needle punch tool there. So you can set it exactly where you want it. When you're done and when you go back, the straight or single needle would put you back to normal. So 2.5, and notice you already see the stitch changing, because what's nice is when you pick the stitch, it automatically doubles it for the look that you're after. So you can actually see what it's going to look like before you even sew it, which is a lot of fun, where you can just go through and quickly peek. And so for threading, we're going to take our pink thread and let's use blue thread so you can see the difference. And just take both the threads in your hand, come underneath the first guide in the back. Now this is the part you have to separate the threads. Right down in here, you'll notice there's a little fin. Put one thread on one side, one on the other, then each thread gets its own tension. And then I put them back in my same hand and continue threading the rest of the machine, just like it's one. Now, down at the needles, we will not be able to use the needle threader, so use, if you need to, a hand-held needle threader, or yourself. I'm going to just lower down the presser foot, give myself a little bit more room. And it doesn't matter which spool goes into which needle, just pick one and do it. And same for up here, too. It doesn't matter which one goes in which. So we'll thread these up. There are different types. There's even stretch double needles, so you can actually use it on fabrics that have a little bit more lycra in there that can sometimes lead to skip stitches. You don't do anything real different for the bobbin. Let's just go ahead. I'm going to do a quick straight stitch test and make sure things are looking good, sounding good. You'll know right away if something's not threaded right. Take your time as you do it. But because we have that feature on where it's going to limit the stitches, I don't have to worry about which stitches I actually pick. And it's really kind of fun to see these done. I've done them with like variegated thread in one needle and a solid color or a complementary color in the other one. And then you can use the automatic thread cutter. So that will all work. Isn't that beautiful, the types of stitches that you're going to get? You could take, and as I always recommend, stitch out all your decorative stitches, but as you come back in here, put on a double needle and start stitching. Watch this one. This one's they're all fun. It's amazing because every time I have my students use a double needle, I always see new combinations of thread and stitches that I've never seen before, because they will change in look based on what size of double needle it is. Watch this. Let me go ahead and stitch a little bit more. This will give you an idea. We'll cut the thread. And I'll change the screen. Isn't that cool? Look at that. I told you, you have twice as many stitches in your machine just by putting a double needle on. So right now, this is the 2.5. If I go in to our security area and touch, let's put the 6.0 double needle. Now this one's really wide, so it's going to narrow a lot of things. So that might not be exactly, let's go ahead and do 4. See how everything looks a little bit different? And then if we had a 1.6, you'll have a different look there too. So it really is kind of neat to see the change. Oh, that one's really going to be fun. Where there's not a little gap in between, it actually kind of squishes it all the way together and makes almost a diamond shape. So have fun. Start picking your stitches with the double needle on. And you can see what it's going to look like.